Hello and welcome to Leading Voices by GSF. My name is Antoni, Lacinai, keynote speaker and host of this particular YouTube effort or investment that we do together. Today I have with me Neerja Singh. Hello Neerja, how are you?
I'm very well, Antoni. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well too.
I'm doing well too. Yes, I am. You know what? When people see my name, they confuse it with lasagna, last night, everything like that. Neerja, is that how you pronounce the name? Just so I get it right. Singh is probably easier.
So, Antoni, you hit the nail on the head because all over the world, many places, they'll call me Neerja. So, you have to specify that J is not silent. It's Neerja.
Yes, Neerja. Good. And I will make sure to pronounce it even better in the future as well. Tell us about you first. Who are you?
I am somebody who's very, very moved by the young people because I believe, Antoni, that every generation's mandate is to leave behind one that's stronger, more productive, more progressive, more potent than the earlier generation. That's what our fathers and forefathers did. But I think for the first time in mankind's history, we are at a point where it's seeming more and more difficult. That's what I'm passionate about. That's the gap I try to address. I think I'll be failing in my mandate if I'm not able to address that gap, like I said. So
Is
I'm
that what you call
passionate
yourself,
about,
a teenager?
yes, a senior teenager. And I do believe that this is a very new, very different diversity that we face today. Yes,
Okay, and that's what you're passionate. That's what you speak about as well, I guess. Then,
yes.
cool. And you're also a representative for the Global Speakers Federation. How come that you decided to do that?
I think what happens is that by temperament, I like doing what scares me the most. And I'm always looking for an opportunity to do the next right thing, Antoni. So I think, again, talking of mandates, is everybody's mandate to grow, which means your personal and professional development. And whatever takes you in that direction is, I believe, what a human being is meant to do here. I'm getting a little philosophical there. And representing PSAI just came very naturally. So I don't set out to do these things. I'm just doing the next right thing. I'm doing the next thing that scares me. And lo and behold, these things are happening on their own. So being a representative is not the goal, but to keep moving in the right direction, which is right for me, to be able to grow. That is what matters. And that took me on this path, Antoni. I started as a curator. Actually, I did my first experience with PSAI was emceeing in a breakout room. That was my first job. Then I became the content curator for my chapter, the Delhi chapter. From there, I became the Delhi chapter president. From there, I became the national president. From there, I became the representative. And that's how it's been going, Antoni.
All right, because good that you said it, because I didn't mention it, but you also represent PSA in India, and we already had, I know, Vinay as part of our guest here in this one. So this is like a good add-on to hear from your side as well. Tell me what you appreciate the most with Global Speakers Federation.
I think the horizon that it offers every speaker in the world. It's a broad canvas on which you can create a painting of your choice. The ability, the network, the connections, the fact that I could go to Perth and find a home at Amanda Lambros's place. These are the opportunities. And then you're learning so much, Antoni. You're getting to travel, and everywhere you go, you begin to view your own topic from a different perspective. So that opportunity to develop and that opportunity to, I think, become more realistic and therefore be able to make a more real, honest impact. So GSF offers all of this. It offers you the opportunity to grow, essentially.
So have anything changed for you when it comes to your own perception of your own association? I mean, you came into this having led the association first in Delhi and then the national and so on. And then you learn all those things during the years at the board of GSF. How that kind of strengthened or changed your perception of what you do also within India?
Well, it's given me an idea of how far we've come and how far we have to still go. And secondly, it's also given me a very deep appreciation of the strengths of my association, because there is bound to be the different frames of references which you're now seeing, and against that you're able to see your own association far more clearly. So it's given me that sense of deep appreciation for my association, and it's also made me ambitious for my association. So I want to see my association out there, because I do believe they deserve it. And I've also been able to bring back observations, ideas, and trends from other associations. For instance, how sensitive is the social environment today, and how we need to be careful about what we say, and the sensitivities. So these are the things, yes, to answer your question.
Have you seen also that this has made an impact back into your own association in India?
I like to believe it's made an impact, but the right person to answer this actually would be the president and the other members. But
Yeah, I'm asking
the
for your
fact,
perspective, how you feel about it.
yes,
Yeah.
from my perspective, Anthony, I make a serious attempt to bring back whatever I'm seeing and learning. That's one. Secondly, I do take care to open up the door there, and not be in a tower with the GSF, that kind of a thing. That let there be osmosis, carry information from here to my association and vice versa, and use this resource, the GSF resource, to help in cases where my association may be struggling. So I think there's a constant traffic happening there, which is how it ought to be.
And when it comes to your contributions all those years in the Global Speakers Federation, what do you see could be the next good thing to do?
Apply to join the presidential leadership team.
All right.
Again,
Yes.
Antoni. Let me let me clarify there. See, it's not about the prestige and the status and the position and the power. It's a lot about the additional thrust it gives your engine. So, right, there are aircrafts that fly on one engine, two engines. Then, if you come with a certain designation, it gives you an additional uh, boost, and perhaps a bigger circle to do better work in. That's how I look at it. So for me, becoming the president of Professional Speakers Association of India was an opportunity to do more, to create more, to reach more people. And again, like I said, it's my personal and my professional development. So if you were to ask me, what's in it for you, Neerja, seeking all these positions? Well, my growth.
Absolutely. And as a growth of it, if we step it up from a personal one to the whole kind of industry one, what do you think would be the next big thing, for instance, for our speaking industry?
Right now, I think a lot of speakers, to different degrees, struggle with getting well paid speaking assignments. And the next big thing would be, if you were to go and say, I'm Antoni, and I represent my association at the Global Speakers Federation, and you don't need to explain and you don't need to say the second sentence. That would be the next biggest thing. I want to be able to go to somebody and just say, well, I am a member of the Global Speakers Federation board, full stop. You say you worked with Adidas, and nobody questions. They know what it means. So the next big thing is to reach that level where you do not need to explain that you are a professional speaker and this is what a professional speaker is, and that the Global Speakers Federation is an umbrella organization under which there are 17 associations and all of that. When that is laid in a very credible and a forceful way. I think that's the next big thing. And of course, that involves several components that we all know.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I have to explain to organizers that I speak for a living, so I
Yes,
need to get paid
exactly.
for it. There's so many other business models out there, and I just say, okay, fine, but the persons you invite, they have a salary somewhere. This is my salary, so I can see that as a challenge. Still, it's very much ongoing, for sure. What do you think that the GSF could do to add even more value to the associations?
GSF could up the communication and the connection, because I feel very strongly, Antoni, that in today's world, the times that we live in, where we are distracted, we are doing multiple things, and we don't need to go into that. We understand that, but in this world of acceleration, preoccupation, distractedness, it's only a sense of connection that will get you to laser focus on something. So if GSF is able to better connect with the leaders, I do believe association leaders, there's that sense, that's where the sense of ownership will come. I feel connected. Just you're telling me that this is something to be done, or this is something that is great for everybody. It doesn't work that way. So that is one sense of connection. And second, Antoni, I do believe very strongly in connections coming out of teamwork. It's only when you work together do you really get to know the other person. How trustworthy am I? Do I meet my commitments? Am I punctual? Will I go the extra mile? All these things come up only when you work together. So there have to be opportunities for leaders of associations to work together. Only then will that sense of connection, I believe, come.
This leads me to my final question for you right now, and that is that you will have people from the different associations watching this on YouTube. What would be your call to action to all of the people out there?
My call to action to all of them would be exactly the call to action that I give myself every single day. And that call to action is that only by developing yourself will you create an environment that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you work on your own development and realize that with that, your surroundings will develop, and get involved. Start saying yes. uh, I think sometimes we calculate too much, and certainly we are all very busy. But look what you're doing with this particular podcast. You are contributing, you're giving your time, and I think that's very important. So, call to action is say yes, and see the connection between you and the Global Speakers Federation and the associations and that ecosystem. We are both connected deeply. So, say yes and get involved. Jump into the trenches.
That put me into trouble sometimes when I say yes too many times. I just say, yeah. Or like a friend of mine said, hey, Antoni, we are the people who says, yes, we'll do it.
Yes.
What is it? In that order. So there we go. We have met before, Neerja, you know that, and I just think it's a pleasure to talk to you. So thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Antoni. It's already over. So sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Thank you.